No Sleight of Hand Magic.
Welcome to No Sleight of Hand Magic. I am Ron Stone, and today I'm going to be giving you a lesson in quantum physics. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's start the show. Excuse me, are you using this deck of cards? Do you mind if I borrow it real quick? Okay, awesome, thank you. You know, I studied quantum physics in school, and we learned this really interesting theory, the theory of relativity. And what that says is that everything in the universe is related to everything else. And for my senior project, I was able to prove that every card in a deck has a relationship with every other card. But here's the deal, it only works with a full deck, so I have to make sure that we have 52 cards here. Okay, for 152, perfect, 52. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hand you half the cards here. You go ahead and pick out any 3 cards that you like, any 3 cards at all. Okay, perfect, thank you. And so let me explain this equation a little bit more. It relies on common denominators. And in a deck of cards, the best common denominator is 10. What you do is you assign every card a value. So an ace is worth 1, 2 is worth 2, 3 is worth 3, 10 is worth 10, and then all the other face cards are worth 10. So let's take a look at what you got here. Okay, the Jack of Diamonds, 6 of Spades, and the 2 of Hearts. So when I see these 3 cards together, immediately I start thinking of the Ace of Hearts. But let's see if I'm right. I haven't done the equation in a while. Let's see if I get this right. So we have to get the common denominators. So the Jack, that's already worth 10. We'll go on to the 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, perfect. Now that they are all linked through the common denominators, let's go ahead and add these 3 cards up. So we have a 10 with the Jack, 6, and 2. So that makes 18. So if my equation is correct, if I get rid of 18 cards, we should be able to find the Ace of Hearts. Let's see if I'm right. 18, and then here we are, through quantum physics, the Ace of Hearts. That is the trick, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed this one. I love performing it. This requires no sleight of hand whatsoever, and it is totally impromptu. There is no setup. You can start blowing minds today with this trick. If you would like to see how it's done, wait right there for the how-to walkthrough. Okay, welcome to Quantum Physics 101. I love this trick so much. It's so much fun to perform. It's really fun to watch. It obviously has nothing to do with quantum physics. I don't even pretend to know what quantum physics is. But it makes for a really engaging story and a really impressive card trick. You're going to love this one. Let's get right into it. So to start things off, I like to set the stage by telling the spectator that I studied quantum physics in school and I learned this interesting theory about a deck of cards. Now, while you're giving that spiel, just go ahead and shuffle the cards any way that you like. Again, that just gives off the impression that this is totally impromptu, which it is. Now, while you're talking to the spectator, just casually flip the cards over like this. This is going to set up the next part of the trick. So after you're done giving your spiel, tell the spectator, okay, this only works with a full deck, so I have to count out 52 cards. What you're really doing here is you're going to be getting a peek at the 34th card in this deck. The 34th card is going to be your prediction. So I'm going to go through these cards now and stop once we get to 34. 334. So for our purposes today, we're going to be using the 9 of clubs. Now, obviously, when you're doing this for the spectator, you're not going to stop at 34 and stare at the card. You want to keep going through. Practice that a couple of times and you'll get really used to it. The trick doesn't actually need 52 cards. So once you get to this 34th card, for us, it's the 9 of clubs. Just keep saying that value over and over in your head. 9 of clubs, 9 of clubs, 9 of clubs. It's going to help you remember it. That's what I do. So let's go ahead and go through the rest of the deck just like we would for a spectator. Okay, now let's take a look at what we really just did here. So I'm going to find our 9 of clubs again, just to kind of help you understand how this trick works. So here's the 9 of clubs. On top of the 9 of clubs is 33 cards. And that's important to keep in mind. 33 cards on top of the 9 of clubs. So again, after you do this for the spectator, you go through, you say, okay, perfect, we have a full deck. Flip the cards over, and you're ready to go on to the next step. Just keep in mind, 33 cards on top of our card, the 9 of clubs. So at this point, you're going to tell the spectator, okay, I'm going to give you about half the cards here. In actuality, just give them about a third. You don't want to go past the 34th card here. And they really can pick out any 3 cards that they'd like. So invite them to do so. They'll take out any 3, and then you're going to take back the cards that they didn't select, set them back on top of the rest of the deck. Let's go through how the rest of this works, because honestly, it took me a long time to figure out why this trick works as it does. So at this point, we started with 33 cards on top of the 9. Now we've taken out 3 cards. So there's 30 cards on top of our prediction right now. Before we flip over these 3, let's just pretend that these were all 5s. That's a great way to think about it. So if these were all 5s, we would be taking the 30 cards that are on top of our selection. We'd deal 5 here, 5 here, and 5 here. That would be 15 cards. We would then remove those and we would say, okay, let's add these together. 5, 5, 5, that's 15. At that point, we would have gone through all 30 of these cards that we have to. Let's carry on with our example here. Tell the spectator about the common denominators and how they work, where an ace is worth 1, a 10 is worth 10, and all the face cards are worth 10, and that you need these 3 cards to have that common denominator in order for your equation to work. So you'll flip over their 3 selections, stare at these 3 cards and say, okay, I see these 3 cards and I immediately think of the 9 of clubs. And they're going to think you're nuts. There's no reason these 3 cards should mean the 9 of clubs. That's why this trick is so impressive. And so you say, okay, we need to build up these common denominators. So to get to 10, we have to start with a 3 and deal up to 10. So you would say 3 and then deal off the top.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10. Move on to the 4, so 4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10, and the queen is already worth 10, so she doesn't get any more cards. And so again, all we're doing is working through the 30 that are on top. You'll remove these cards, and then say we're going to add these 3 together. And so the 3, the 4, and the 10, that makes 17. You tell the spectator, okay, I need to get through 17 more cards in order to get to the 9 of clubs. And so you're going to deal out 17 cards. 17, and then this one is going to be our 9 of clubs. So you remove these cards and you say, check this out. Through quantum physics, I was able to infer that from these 3 cards, the 9 of clubs. I love this trick so much. It's so impressive. And even though it has nothing to do with quantum physics, it might as well.
So now, as always, if you would ever like to come back to this video for a reminder of how to do this trick, coming right up is the 60-second tutorial. 60-second tutorial.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and have half a second, please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and comment who you want to impress with this trick. And remember, it's kind of fun to do the impossible.
Thing about common denominators and getting to 10s. In this situation, we could totally skip the shovel.